This year was a very exciting year for film, and producer Charlie is a huge film superfan. He's got his own little AMC subscription. He's seeing movies every week, but not just one, multiple. And he is here now to give us the details on all the best films of this year.
Yes.
So go ahead, take it away.
So by the end of the year,
Yeah.
I've watched almost 100 films in theater.
100
Yes.
films. That's absolutely
So
insane.
these are just some that I wanted to recommend.
Yeah,
and what I thought
absolutely.
was really good. So of course we have to start with the sensation of the year.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer.
Of course,
We got to
absolutely.
throw these guys together. So Barbie just itself made over $1.4 billion.
That's incredible.
Right? And the Critics' Choice, it has 18 nominations coming
my
for
gosh.
it, which is the most in that awards ceremony's history.
That's pretty cool.
Right? And then it has a lot of Oscar buzz for Ryan Gosling.
Which would be very exciting
Right?
and very like fun and kind of campy to see.
Right? Which is funny. You know, everybody has the Knuff shirts too.
Yes, yep.
And then like for Oppenheimer, it made $945 million, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
And Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr. both have a lot of award buzz in all the awards. And Robert Downey Jr. was very good. So was Cillian as well.
Yeah.
Did you watch Oppenheimer?
I didn't see Oppenheimer, I did see Barbie, but not that they're even the same, but if you had to pick one over the other, which one would you pick?
Oh, it's just, they're very different.
Yeah.
I will say Oppenheimer held my attention a lot more than
Okay.
I thought it would, just because it was like 3 hours long. And it's historical, and I'm not a big history person.
Had more of like a story throughout.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if I'm just going to watch a movie again, I'd go Barbie.
Okay.
You know, because it's relaxing.
It's lighthearted.
It's
with a good
lighthearted,
message.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So then we are going to move on to The Whale.
Yes. Oh.
Now, The Whale came out at the end of last year, but I feel like I associate more with this year, and we actually went and watched it
Yeah.
together. And this is kind of Brendan Fraser's big comeback, because he really
God,
hadn't
I'm
been
so excited
anything
about this, yeah.
in a long time. And he had a ton of award buzz, and he even won Best Actor at the Oscars. What did you think when we went and watched it?
I really liked this film, but I think that you kind of have to be I don't want to say film person, but you have to be willing to not walk in and just have a very clear storyline with
Yeah.
like all these moving parts and all these different characters, because it was very simple kind of overall.
Yes.
But it had an important message, and as Brendan Fraser's big comeback, this was incredible to see. I was rooting for
Right.
him all award season. To see him win the Oscar as someone who saw the movie was
Right.
it was
And
breathtaking.
then I think at the premiere, it was like he had, a 7-minute standing ovation or
Yeah.
longer or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was great. And Sadie Sink from Stranger Things,
it was
she
so
was
fun to
also
see
in
her.
this.
Yeah.
She played the daughter, and just a great movie overall.
Yeah,
If you haven't watched
absolutely.
it, I would highly recommend it.
Yes. What else you got?
So then we're going to move on to a little bit of horror. Scream 6 came out at the beginning of this year. Scream is my favorite horror franchise.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people, when they rebooted it with 5, they were a little worried. 5 did pretty good, but 6 actually had quite a bit of positive feedback. People were very hesitant about it because this was the first one Neve Campbell was not returning
It was kind
for.
of like associated with the series.
She
for a
is
long
the
time.
face of it, especially the first 5. So people were a little worried. This brought back Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, and Courtney Cox, of course, also came back. But it was actually really. Did you end up watching this one?
I never did see this, but I heard good things. Yeah.
It is streaming, so if you haven't watched it, I can't remember which one it's on
Yeah.
currently.
I need to
but-
check it out though, because I really have come to love Jenna Ortega. She's really
Yes.
shined this year, and I'm really excited to see.
It's kind
what's
of been
still
her
coming
year.
for
I
her.
feel like a lot of actors and actresses have popped up in so much this year.
Yes,
It's
I
like
agree.
been a very big, if you're in one thing, you're in a lot of them.
Yeah, just
So-
booking a lot.
Next one, if you're looking for something fun to watch, 80 for Brady.
I love this film.
We went and watched this one with
Yes.
Cammie. It was just so fun. Just the theater was packed for it
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year. This stars Rita Moreno, sorry, I'm mispronouncing her name, Jane Fonda, Sally Field, and Lily Tomlin. Great cast of those ladies.
It was absolutely incredible. I think it's fun too because we see a lot of these films where maybe it's focused on like elderly people,
Yes.
if you will, but it's always like a little bit more somber. There's this very serious tone to it. And this was like, no, we have lived a good life. We are best friends. We've supported each other through a lot of things. And we are going to the Super Bowl and we are going to see our
Right.
freaking favorite Tom Brady. Like,
Right.
it's
And it was
such a
fun
fun
that
movie.
the players actually showed up. Tom Brady, and I'm not a sports person. I don't know all the other ones. But and it's funny because it's also based on a true story
Yeah, it
of
is,
4
yeah.
actual ladies.
Which was super fun.
Right?
Yeah, just a great film. And like well, maybe not the kids, but definitely like family friendly kind of. Like you could definitely watch it as a family and just
Right.
very lighthearted.
Okay, so the next one, we're going to move on to No Hard Feelings. I quite enjoyed this one because this
Yeah.
is also Jennifer Lawrence's first comedy.
Yeah.
Which is because she's been in a lot more serious stuff since her
Absolutely. I mean, she is
debut.
award-winning, yeah.
And this it stars Andrew Barth Feldman as well. He plays Percy. But then Matthew Broderick, he's not in it much, but he's Percy's father in the show. Because you don't see Matthew Broderick, I feel like, in too much anymore.
It's so funny. I didn't even realize that was him until like after I'd watched it and talked to some people.
I
about
remember
it.
you saying
Yeah.
that. You're like, I didn't realize that. And I was, yeah.
Yeah, this film was interesting. I think it's a, I don't know, it's a well put together film. It's fun to see Jennifer Lawrence in this new role, but I will say there was a little bit of like controversy around it based off the age gap in the relationship. Overall, though, if you don't think about that too much, I guess it's a very fun, again, lighthearted film.
And a lot of people were like, oh, it feels like the early thousands rom-coms, or slapstick rom-coms are back.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had anything like, they take themselves too seriously.
I was going to say it's very simplistic. It's not like, I don't, it's very good.
Right.
That's what we should say. So, yeah.
Okay, so moving on, Gran Turismo. Now, have you ever heard of Gran Turismo?
I have, but I didn't see this one either.
So Gran Turismo is also a game.
Okay.
So this is based on a true story as well. Very good. It stars Archie. I'm not going to even try to pronounce Archie's last name because I'm not 100% sure. And David Harbour. And so this is based on a true story from not honestly too long ago, where the character Archie plays, he's a teenager, 17, 18 maybe, and he wins a contest to get to try to actually race. And it honestly was a lot better than I thought it was. Very beautifully shot, and honestly just kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a big like racing fan at all, but I would highly recommend this one.
Yeah, it looks like a good one to check out.
So our next one, the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yes.
Now we went and watched this one together as well.
I was such a big fan of this film.
I really enjoyed it. I haven't read the book like to know how accurate it is, but for a lot of people I heard it seemed like it was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this stars Tom Blythe and Rachel Zegler, and it also had Viola Davis and Peter Dinklage in it some, which I thought they were very good as well.
Yeah.
But Tom and Rachel did great.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautifully shot movie. Everybody loved getting to see a different aspect of the Hunger Games than when we were in the actual
Well, and in
Katniss era.
essence, you're learning Snow's kind of origin story of, okay, how did he get to this quote-unquote evil man that he becomes, later on in the series. But what I love about this, too, is that this is Tom Blythe's kind of really first big role that people are recognizing him for. Rachel Zegler's, like, in comparison to, like, Jenna Ortega, she's had a really strong year, too. But Viola Davis, I love absolutely everything she does.
Too.
She kills this role just like she does everything else. And Peter Dinklage is also a really fun
He's
character
fun. He's fun
as well. Yeah.
So moving on, we're going to talk just briefly. I want to mention Dumb Money is honestly really good. Dumb Money is based on a true story as well about the GameStop stock craziness that happened in I think like 2021. Honestly, super good. Stacked cast: Shailene Woodley, Seth Rogen, Nick Offerman, America Ferrera, Sebastian Stan. Haven't watched it. I would recommend it. It's just crazy to see how that all happened. Because especially, I remember hearing about it at that point, but I didn't really know anything about it.
Well, and that's what's fun is like knowing these real life events that happen and then getting to see them on screen portrayed in such a specific way, you know?
So moving on, we have Champions. This was a really cute movie.
Okay.
This starred Woody Harrelson and Caitlin Olsen. So this movie, Woody's character is like a professional basketball coach. He gets kicked off. He has to go do some community service. So he ends up coaching at a like community basketball team of kids with special needs. And it's honestly just so cute, so touching. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It only grossed short of 19 million worldwide, but it's so cute.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but that sounds really good.
Okay, so moving on, we're going to touch a little bit on Disney.
Of course.
So this year we had the Little Mermaid live action come out.
One of the biggest
Personally,
films of the year.
I think it was one of the best remakes we've had from Disney.
I really enjoyed it.
I did too. Halle Bailey was wonderful. Love Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy was so
And
good.
Awkwafina was interesting as Scuttle.
Yeah.
Especially the Scuttlebutt song.
Yes.
So-
it was a very fun film.
And honestly, for being one of the best in my opinion, it's like 7th in gross. It's not one of the top Disney remakes.
Interesting. Okay, that is very interesting. But the cast was really stacked. And let me just say, Halle Bailey, I hope that she continues to book some really strong roles because she proved herself.
Well, she's in The Color Purple that comes out.
Yes.
Too.
Coming out very soon. Yeah.
So moving on from Disney, we also have Wish.
Yeah.
Now this is Disney's big 100 years celebration.
They've been promoting it all year long.
Been promoting it hardcore. Ariana DeBose and Chris Pine. The reception has been very mixed, not the best. I honestly really enjoyed it. The music's good. You have to really pay attention because there's Easter eggs from all the Disney movies spread throughout.
Interesting.
And then you need to watch through the credits because it just highlights the movies throughout it.
That one is fairly new too, though, right?
Yeah, it came out at the beginning of this month.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So, moving on, we're going to touch a bit on Marvel.
Okay.
So this year we had a few Marvel movies come out. I'm just going to talk about Guardians 3 and the Marvels.
Okay.
Guardians 3 is highlighted as one of the best Marvel movies out there. It is very good. It's the end of our Guardians trilogy, at least these Guardians as we know.
Yeah.
It's the last one for Dave Bautista, and it's really good if you haven't watched it. The Marvels, love 3 wonderful main lead ladies. Highly recommend it. A lot of people didn't get the best reception, but it's still good.
If you're a Marvel fan, you need to go and check them out. Yeah.
I can't not talk about my girl.
Well, of course, we know.
The Eras Tour movie came out this year, and there are 3 big things that they, I can't remember who came out with it, but they're like, these are the big 3 things that helped the economy this year.
Okay.
The Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
Sure.
Beyonce's Renaissance Tour.
Sure.
And Barbie. The Eras Tour movie grossed over $250 million worldwide.
That's just crazy.
And that's just the movie.
It's also just such a testament to her fan base because in kind of reality, like the film is just the tour that a lot of people already went and saw this year, right? I know there was different aspects to it, but such a testament to how loyal and loved her fan base is to her.
Right. If you haven't watched it, it's out for you to rent now. Love it.
Yes, you have to check it out.
If you're looking for a good Christmas movie,
Okay.
Journey to Bethlehem.
Okay, I
Live
haven't heard of this
action,
one.
the story of how Jesus was born.
Yeah.
Stars Milo Manheim, Antonio Banderas plays Herod. It's a musical.
Wow.
The music is great.
I have not heard of this, but I really like Milo, actually. He's
Yeah.
like kind of like a young up-and-comer, if you will.
Yeah, he's
so.
definitely got a lot of potential. If you know Lecrae, the rapper, he
Yeah.
plays the angel Gabriel.
Oh my gosh, what a fun film.
It was
Okay.
honestly very fun.
Yeah.
Now, moving on. If you're a fan of Godzilla, Godzilla -1 is currently out now. Now, this is a Japanese film, all in Japanese, English
Okay.
subtitles. It currently has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. I have not watched any of the Godzilla movies. It's not associated with like that universe of Godzilla, King Kong, and everything, but it's very, very good. It focuses more, I would say, on the people and how Godzilla affected the Japanese culture, not culture, but like their life after the World War II bombings.
Yeah.
And just kind of, that's where the -1 comes from. Like they thought they couldn't go any lower after the war, and then Godzilla comes in.
Yeah. Ooh,
So,
that's fascinating.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and I did go watch Wonka last night, so I have to touch on that real quick.
Brand new, you have
Timothy
to.
Chalamet, Hugh Grant. It's Willy Wonka. It's a little cheesy, but it's fun. It's a musical if you didn't know. I forgot until I got there. But very good.
I want to know, what did you think of Timothy's job as Wonka? Because he got a lot of backlash when the
he was cast, yeah.
preview teaser, whatever, came out.
I thought he was good.
Okay.
There was one point where we had a shot kind of close up on his face, and he almost looks a little bit like Gene Wilder in the face. I don't think that was intentional at all, but you could just kind of see it.
Yeah, a little bit of resemblance.
So moving on, The Boys in the Boat also just came out here this week. Very good. This is based on a true story as well of like the mid-1930s University of Washington rowing crew and how they got to the Olympics. Very good. I would say they could have fleshed out the characters a bit better, but overall, still very good. And then I have a few honorable mentions
Okay,
that I'm
let's
just
hear
going
'em.
to touch on. I won't say anything about it. Killers of the Flower Moon, very good. Sad story, but very good.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. For an animated one, it was very, very good.
Yeah.
The Fablemans, The Creator, Next Goal Wins, and Priscilla.
Oh, I still need to see both of those.
You're slacking.
They both sound really good.
They
All
are
right,
good.
well, producer Charlie, thank you so much for all your insight into all the films this year. 100 films, that's pretty impressive.
Almost.
I can't
I'm
wait
right
to
under
hear
it.
what this guy watches all next year because who knows. All right, well, Ozarks Live will be right back.